Welcome back to another episode of 30 Minutes with Him. I would like to introduce to our comfy chair, Mr. Nelly Bryant. Welcome, welcome. We're glad to have you here today. So why don't you tell us about who you are, what you do. Let us get to know you a little better.
Well, first of all, thank you for having me. Michelle, on this comfy couch is very comfortable, just to add that. But who is Nelly Bryant? I like to consider myself a dope person who's blessed to be around dope people. And I'm a Steelers from Charlie Mack. He said he's a humble servant, right? So who am I? I am that which encompasses all positive things.
Okay, not like other guests. They always be breaking it down in titles.
Yeah, no, here's the thing.
I'm glad you did that.
Yeah, I do a lot. So, at the end of the day, but I'm also blessed to be around people who do a lot and who allow me into their creative spaces to allow me to continue my creativity as well for the betterment of, society, if you will.
So aligned with that, what's something about you people would never know just from social media?
That I got it all together. Yeah, that I have it all together. Because this life, right, it's nothing linear about it. It's all ebbs and flows, right? And social media is just a caption of what you want people to notice, which I don't really post anyway because I'm above that age, but which I should though, but I digress. I'll say most times people are looking and they're comparing, right? They don't really understand the story. So a pair of new shoes is just a pair of new shoes, but you don't know how dirty the socks are. I like that quote.
I like that.
Yeah, I just made that up, but it's good.
Did you? I'm going to steal that one.
I appreciate it.
So because this platform is for men to, feel seen and heard and be able to open up, I'm going to ask you this question. What do you think people misunderstand about men like you?
That's a great question. I think they misunderstand confidence for arrogance, and sometimes that can kind of play on their own insecurities, right? Because it took me a long time to be who I am now, and I still have a long way to go to be the person or the man that I so see myself to be, and that example that I want my kids to, see. So it's a everlasting journey, what have you, but the outer shell, people think, oh, okay, he has it together, or it's an eclectic type of thing, right? Because people's perspective of you, whether or not one of the things I do, I'm in education, right? I do a lot of things with the youth. I do a lot of mental health things and just give backs, but they don't get to know the person, right? Like we could be up on a stage and it's like, oh, Michelle got everything together, right? She has it, she knows, but they don't understand the grind, the work that goes behind it. So I don't know if that answered your question or I was just talking at length. So.
No. I mean, this your platform. Just speak your truth.
This my so I can sing it at any time too?
Yes.
Second, not good. Let's go.
So the man behind the image goes right in line with what you just talked about. When do you feel most at peace with yourself?
I can honestly say my wife brought me peace. And with her being that balance, and with her being that not just a security thing, but her understanding and not judging, it brought me a sense of peace of, one, I'm worthy, two, I'm seen, and, three, that having that support system behind you, whether it's just one person or 10, having that support system. And to be honest with you, this is going to, intertwine with that last question, who am I behind the image? People don't understand that I'm like a real goofy person, like I have a real big personality. So the outer shell could be like, oh, wow, oh, he's tough to approach or hard to approach, what have you. Or I'm so serious, but I protect my space because of past traumas and things of that nature. So just to have my wife to understand and be that soft pillow, if you will, and just allowing me to be me,
So to piggyback off what you said, we as women always want to know, why are men so they have to be hard all the time. Like you feel like you don't want to let anyone in because of past experiences and things like that. Whereas women are the total opposite, though. Is it because, could you speak on a past trauma that just really caused you to kind of put up those walls, so to speak, to kind of give us ladies an understanding on how we can help men deal and cope with that through communication?
I don't know if I can speak in specifics for all men. What I can say is, and I've had a lot of brothers who were willing to share the space that I was in, and we speak. I have a series as well. It's called 40 Questions for 40 Men. And we just get together and we just vibe out, right? It's all intentional though, right? To answer that question would be, personally, it all depends on the makeup of that man, right? And those past traumas and all experiences make that person who he or she is, right? But let's just be specific for men in general. The people that I speak with, it's almost like whatever we express sometimes can be used as a weapon against us, right? And sometimes it could be from your trusted person, because the man who chooses his lady or whomever he wants to lay with, and he he trusts her to fix the meals, if that's the case in their household, or lay next beside him, that's a sense of trust. So if I share something with you and I become vulnerable, that's not a door for you to use that against me, because then I'll shut down. Because for specifically black men that I know, we already have to have our guard up. And it's an unfortunate thing, but it is what it is, whether or not we're walking down the street, you have to have your guard up. We're always in this survival way of thinking, right? We choose certain ways of living through survival. We never really or rarely get a chance to sit and really think things out, because of the fact that whatever systems that was put in place or whatever hands we were dealt, we always have to figure it out. And sometimes that comes at 12 and 13, where you have to be the man in your house, right? So even in my book, Forget Yesterday, right, which you can find on Amazon, what made me was my past experience. It was the abandonment. It was the what you call it, the adult decisions that I had to make at 7, 8, 9 years old, 12 years old, to move from Baltimore back to Philly at 12 by myself. It was the abandonment that I encountered from people who I thought was family, right? And one of my things is to be celebrated and not tolerated. Like, I really encompasses that, because it's like, you know what? I was tolerated when I was with my mom, right? I was tolerated in a sense, and I would say for my family in general, some of my siblings, we were tolerated. And I'll give an example. You have a 3-bedroom house. You know how I was growing up in the early 80s and 90s. But you have 2 families there, right? Now, you have 2 families, 5, 10 people in that house. We lived the way we lived. But when things got hectic and I was no longer with my mom, and I go reach out to those same individuals who I thought had our, the best interests, the same living room, same setup, less people, but I was turned away, right? And this is at 12, so I learned at an early age, you know, that no one is going to save you but yourself. So, you know, I think, you know, again, I don't like to really talk too much. Like, sometimes I could talk, you know, extensively, so my apologies. But if that answers your question, it's more like we understand that we have to make these decisions. And not everybody really want to see us win, you know, so, yeah.
That was real. Like, I appreciate you for sharing that. And again, this is why I created this, because so many people, so many young people, young melanated boys need to know, like, there is history and how to cope with things. And I really appreciate you for sharing. And then again, for us women to understand that there's things and reasons why you are designed the way you are, but things can be broken, and just open communication is key, in my opinion. But you can elaborate.
Yeah, so I do agree in a sense, but I also want to, you know, don't want to discount the social engineering that takes place, right? Because just as well as they don't understand why we react the way we react, they don't understand why they react the way they react, but it's really a mirror of the household, in my opinion, right? So you have two angry sexes, in a sense, right? Whether that be, and I can only speak on the early 90s, the 80s, experience, early 2000s, the black male not being able to properly provide for his family, right? Different opportunities given to the, you know, probably his counterpart, in a sense, right? Such as housing and things of that nature. The falsehood of security, which she thought she had, right? And then him feeling inadequate. And then society putting it out there that we aren't present within the homes, right? But I love to dispel that myth, because you have a lot of, first of all, statistically, they say that we're in the homes more than any other races. But then we also taking care of other households, right? So the fact that they're saying we're not in the homes, we're not in the community, because it's always something just badgering us, right? And this isn't trying to make it like an excuse. This is the reality of it. But they forget that we're in the schools. They forget that we're on the football fields. They forget that we're in the basketball gyms and we're coaching as a form of parenting. What does that look like? Right? That's that discipline when that young male needs to be around males. But then sometimes people take that as a challenge, or the opposite sex takes it as a challenge when it's off of the courts.
Right.
So you need men, but it has to be conditional on your terms. And, you know, it's a lot to unpack, honestly, because we can go on, but, you know, these are my thoughts. Don't, listen, continue to follow, because this is just my thoughts.
No, so with all that said, what's something you had to stop proving to people?
I don't think I really cared to prove, because I was always in a situation where it was just me, you know, and it was, I was always, not just when I say I'm talking about a lot of my siblings, we were looked down upon, right? But I always knew I had a greater purpose. And I think it was up until 2014, I went through a very dark time. And, you know, when I found self, and started really appreciating self, because you get into this habit or this routine of, damn, it's just me. Like, why is it happening to me? But when I appreciated it, and this is something I'll share. So my brother and I, we were talking, and I remember me trying to get into like the comedy scene and things of that nature, because I always was busy. I was always a busy person. So I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm tired of wearing people clothing. I'm going to wear something that say Nelly Bryant. And he told me, he was like, why would somebody wear your clothes called Nelly Bryant? I was like, man, I'm just tired of wearing people clothes. And then I'm like, you know what? After all that I've been through, and then on top of this, that dark moment, I had to see myself as royalty. So I started calling myself King, right? So I'm like, look, if you don't know my name, just call me King. But I also projected that to people as well, right? And then I started drawing. I said, what is it? I'm a walking king. So then I started drawing it, and I created my logo, right? One of the logos is walking king, walking queen, what have you. And people ask me, but why is it just legs and a crown? Because everyone is a king or a queen in their own right. It's a mindset. So I had to shift my mindset. And you know, this was way before everybody started. Yo, what's up, King? What's up, King? Yeah, that I knew of.
Right.
So at the end of the day, you know, my brothers and I, we just start moving forward with that and that positive thinking and realizing that it's whatever we think it, we can actually produce. And we just started doing things of that nature.
Yeah, I like that.
Thank you.
So what responsibility weighs on you the most right now?
That's a good question. One of the responsibilities that weighs on me the most is to make sure that I leave a legacy, right? Because, you know, and I wrote something for, you know, part of a legacy so that my daughter can at least hear it from me, right? Like I want to tell my own story, you know. I want to be able to, you know, leave something on this earth and something of substance. And that my daughters and them could be proud of. So,
I like that. And when life gets heavy, do you process it or distract yourself from it?
As a black man, life is always heavy. Yeah, like which day you talking about? Like, which hour? You know, again, it's about, for me, understanding self, right? How do I, like you said, how do I cope? What are the short-term goals? What are the things that I can actually, like, what are my triggers? Like, understanding my triggers. Like, one of the things I love about my wife, she knows, like, when things get cluttered, I get frustrated. So I listened to this Marine guy, I forget his name. I listen to, like, motivational speeches and because they said if you need a mentor, sometimes you either have to go out to look for one, or if you can't afford it, then look on YouTube or anything like that. So, you know, things that guide my mental, I kind of like try to put myself in an easier place because it's easier to say I don't have. And I just recently heard this, switch it to, I'm glad I have what I have, and I can't wait to get what I want. You know, so, you know, it's all about perspective. And again, to answer your question, is just shifting that mindset, man. Like it's a powerful thing. You know, one of the things I dislike though. One of the things I dislike. This might be a little off topic, but it's going back to what we were talking about. So there's a lot of black men. There's a lot of black women, right? That's not against each other.
Right.
Right. We have to really be careful on our platforms and what we produce because it's not all about money.
Correct.
Right. This is really like a spiritual war in a sense. You know, and it's attacking who we are as a people. Right. Now, not everybody can go. We spoke about that prior to the cameras rolling. But it's our duty to connect with each other of like-minded individuals, male, female,
100%.
60, 20 years old, whatever. We have to get back to a place where we're helping and we're creating that circle, right? Because being in a place of competition, you know, it breeds envy in a sense, and that's negative competition, right? I just feel like we need to, one, appreciate those who came before us, those who are here, and those who are actually doing the work, whatever that looks like. So, yeah, that was just my little rant, y'all. Sorry.
I know, I like that. I really do. So let's talk about success and leadership and what it means to you. What do you think success would feel like? What did you think success would feel like, and what does it actually feel like now to you?
So, I really think success feels like accomplishment, right? Because I used to view it as, okay, if I'm on stage, I want the crowd packed, right? But if there's one or two people that came out to see you, it's a successful show, right? If people came out to buy the book, Forget Yesterday, on Amazon, it's a success, right? Now we're talking about how do we scale it afterwards, right? How can we improve it? So to me, success just looks like what you create here, and then you see it here. Again, 2014 was that for me, and then I started realizing, man, I'm going to jack it up probably. What is it? It's something to like speak. I done messed it up. I hope he can cut this part, but.
Nope, it all stays.
It's all stays?
It all stays.
That's even if I cough a little bit?
Yeah, it's all that stays.
Man, that's crazy. That is crazy. So the cameras are on me, so I'm kind of going to mess it up. So all of you Christians or whoever in the Bible, who love the Bible, just bear with me. I don't go to church like that. I don't go to church. What is it? Seeking ye shall find. Speaking it shall. Asking ye shall receive. Knocking the door will be open unto you. Okay.
See, that wasn't bad.
I know, it's good, right?
Yes.
Keep that because it was real good. Okay. Seeking ye shall find. How do we do that in our everyday life? Okay. Let's just look at this. Like our careers. Let's just say, man, I really want to become this. Right? Seeking, right? How do you become? And then you find a way, right? Seeking you shall find. Asking it shall be given. Okay, cool. Now I did this. How do I do it? Okay, maybe I need to go to college. Boom. How do I apply for college? I'm asking that, right? They told me. So now I have to do the work. Remember earlier I said nothing is linear. Everything, has ebbs and flows. Asking it should be given. And then you knocking on the door because they told you the steps. So now I'm knocking on the door, right? And it should be opened unto you because I did the work, I thought that was smooth, but the way she was shaking her head, she's still kind of confused about it. Like, where are we getting at?
No.
No, okay.
This your flow.
No, but I just look at it like that's success to me, right? You see it. However it is, you go do the work without intentionally harming someone because you can harm someone unintentionally, And then you just, you achieve it. That's it. You produce it. We are creators. We create.
I like that. So when life became bigger than, when did life for you become bigger than just surviving? When you touched on surviving in the early part of the conversation.
In what regards? What do you mean? Like
when your life began to change and when it got bigger, whatever bigger means to you, was it just you surviving or did you get past surviving?
Okay. I think because of the fact that depending on your upbringing, there's always moments where they get bigger, right? And then again, you have to scale it or you have to adapt, right? Because whatever you achieve, there's going to be other problems that matches that, if that makes sense, right? It comes with that. So, you know, the more you climb, the more you have, you know, obstacles, and the more you have things that you have to do. So I can't really pinpoint when it became bigger, because I could say 2012 when I found the purpose of, you know, my first daughter, and then I could say, oh, she's about to be 2024, where I had my second daughter, right? So those are the moments. And then I could say, when I've gotten married, it's about to be 3 years already. Wow. Yeah. So
are you
those
still
are the
surviving, or are you, you know the term when people like, I'm still in survival mode. Are you still surviving through all of those processes and all of those achievements? Or are you at a point where you don't need to live your life like you have to survive it, in a sense, like you're struggling? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I just think that I get it, but I do think that it's all perspective, right? Because no matter what the bank account looks like, no matter, you know, what level, and that goes back to your Instagram, you know, example, you always have something that you're dealing with. I feel as though if you feel content and that's it, then you stop growing, right? So a person who's been on that side of homelessness and, you know, things of that nature, that's probably one of the things that I would never want to go back to. So it could be something that drives me, right? But I've also seen other places, and I've experienced a lot of other things, whereas though I'm like, it's possible. So the struggle could be, who do I need to connect with that can push this forward? Because I see it, so I know it's obtainable, and how do I get there? And am I patient enough to actually go through the steps? Right? So I know I didn't really answer it that way. So my thing is this: everybody has their own struggle.
Absolutely.
Right? Every morning is different. Everyone has their own mountain, I would say, and you just have to climb it. That's it. And are you willing to climb it?
So what's something people think you mastered that you're still figuring out?
I don't know, honestly. What I do know is I am a go-to person that people come to for like real advice or just my point of view, right? Because I know that they know that I'm going to give them, you know, what I feel as though it might not be popular, but it's going to be right for them if I consider them a friend. So, yeah, I don't really know. That's it. You know.
So when was the last time you felt emotionally exhausted?
Emotionally exhausted. Sometimes it can just, you know, sometimes it could just come and go, actually. You know, you just think of all of the things that, you know, encompasses what it is to be the foundation, right? And realizing that your decision making can make or break your household, right? So, you know, sometimes you're like, damn, I just want to, like, if I can just chill, you know, if I can just chill and not worry about the everyday worries of how are they viewing me at the job, in a sense, or, oh my God, am I doing it right? Because, you know, we got this thing where we got to work twice as hard, right? So that's added pressure. Then you got the stuff that, you know, you in leadership, so it's like you can't make a mistake, because when you make the mistake, it's like on a macro level.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Yeah. And it's like, wow, like, am I not human? Like, you supposed to already have it together, but you see your counterparts, they're able to slack, make mistakes, Well, that
Yes.
was past. I can't say now, and I really do think I have a supporting cast now
Right.
on, the 9 to 5 side. But within the creative world, it's like, man, I want to do this. I know that I see something, and, how can I let everybody else see what I'm seeing? But speaking to one of my brothers, right, we always remind each other, everybody don't see your vision because it was given to you.
Right.
So, stop trying to make everybody see your vision and just do what you do. And that's been working. So
I like that. So what's something you wish people gave men more grace for?
It's something that I wish people gave more grace for.
For men.
Yeah, for men. Just the opportunity to be for. Man, that might be a loaded question. Because sometimes I hate just saying from the black experience, and but I can only speak from the black experience. But being able to speak in different rooms, I'm noticing all men are carrying the same burden. We have the same story, right? In a sense of we just got to keep going, right? We got to keep going. It's almost like, Father's Day coming up, whatever, and, everybody make fun of the gifts that men get, right? But if you really look deep into it, it's almost like you're only here to produce work. And if you're not working, do you feel worthless, right? Or you're worthless to society if you're not adding to that, right? And sometimes, everybody laugh like, yeah, that's crazy. You give them a tool or you give them a grill, you have to be doing something of service. So just to be able to appreciate and understand that men are human, right?
Yes.
We should be able to make mistakes. Okay, it's cool to make a mistake. That's how you grow. It's not, oh, here go this again. Where Charles at? He in there somewhere. Like, damn, like, I mean, put up a whole damn roof. Like, how's your wedding going? Girl, don't get me started. Hold on. Yeah.
So
Just appreciation.
Yeah, I like that. If you could speak to your younger self for 30 seconds, what would you say?
Yeah, you're worthy, and to make sure you show people how to treat you, right? And it doesn't always have to be out of anger. And it's okay to feel. Yeah, I would say that.
So I love these conversations, and so I wonder why I did it for 30 minutes because it's so much more to talk about and be shared. So as we wind down, your beautiful thoughts and what you're sharing with us, I always have a final question that I ask my my person to read out loud, and then I want you to answer it out loud. So I'm going to hand you my device, and it's going to be this question right here. The first bullet point.
The first one? Mm-hmm. What is your social security net? What? No. Okay. All right. So what does becoming a better man looks like for you right now? And that's the only one? Okay. To become a better man is to lead with intent. Again, leave a positive, honest and positive legacy, right? Understanding that we are human and we are able to make mistakes, but we also have this powerful thing in between our ears, whereas though whatever we see and whatever we create, we can actually do, right?
Yes.
And then you can control the narrative. This is what you can control. You. This is what you're in control of, right? In this right here. So, yeah. So guide it and protect it.
So, Mr. Bryant.
Just call me Nelly. That's what my friends call me.
Well, Mr. Nelly,
Yeah, let's
you know,
go.
we going to keep it that way. Tell us how we can get in touch with you. Tell us, let us know if we want to get more information from you. Where can we find you?
Okay, so I'm a little old, but I do have Instagram, right? So I got Faux Podcast, right? Faux Podcast. I actually do a podcast. I have to, Michelle actually kind of put that fire back up under me, where we also speak on topics, and it's brutally I'll just say honest, right? People's honest opinion, Faux Pod. You can also catch me in the cities, throughout the city, let me say that. Just doing multiple things and partnerships with different people. Like we also have a nonprofit called Royally Blended, where we have this thing called, this initiative called Voices Amplified, where we just service the youth through the arts.
Nice.
Right?
Nice.
Because we want to give them a voice to speak as well. We have different partnerships coming up. Also, we have a comedy show July the 2nd, where though some of the proceeds will go to different organizations, primarily Royally Blended. Voices Amplified is our initiative, again, to make sure that our students in the city is seen in the light that we see them in. And also, our children have something to say, and it's not all what you see on the news. So, the book on Amazon, I stopped making clothing because people were like, yo, you got a blue one? I'm like, no, I don't got a, yeah, I do got a blue one. But do it got tassels on? You know what, man? Never mind. So you're going to support.
Right.
You'll see us around. I'm definitely going to continue to support Michelle and her endeavors and the things that she's doing. And hopefully we can, support each other. But this is great and awesome. I appreciate it.
Oh, I thank you for joining us. And thank you all for watching on the recap of this. It's going right here in your camera.
This one right there?
Yep.
Which one is going to make me look skinny?
Probably this one. I don't know.
You should have
I'm
told
just
me.
saying.
I'm like,
Oh, you trying to look swole. That's swole.
This is Nelly Bryant.
Well, thank you all. And this is a wrap for another episode of 30 Minutes with Him. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
We're out.
Action! Hey. So you know who I am. This is Michelle from Kanvas. We have some exciting news. Oh my God, I couldn't wait to reveal this. So come along with me so I can show you. Take a glance at that. Yeah, we got something dope coming. Use your key and hit 17. You go to 17th floor. Thank you. You're welcome. This is amazing. You're getting excited? I know I am. Let's get it. So we going to room. What is it? 1701. In the cut. So, this is the exciting news. At Kanvas Venue, we have now partnered with the Aloft Hotel. For anyone that books with Kanvas can also book for a couple of night stays at the Aloft Hotel, downtown Center City, 15 minutes away from the venue, for a reasonable discounted price. Like, I'm so excited about this. I want to jump on the bed, but I can't because it's nicely made and I don't want to mess it up. But again, book with Kanvas. Let's pan the camera around. Let's show the room. pretty. This view is right across from City Hall. Look at this. We at Kanvas, we're always looking out for our clients. So we have the bathroom. Look at this. Beautiful space. So the link will be in. I want you to tap in and let's lock in them dates. And especially right now we're doing Love and Blossom. Come to the venue, have your quick wedding, and you can come right here for your honeymoon for 1 night or 2 nights stay. And you can bring your family. We out.